505 Games is there.
505 Games is going to be there. They're going to be showing off the Michael Phelps dope smoking simulator.
Finally. Pot pipes.
Potpipes.com.
Photographed with a pot pipe.
Photographed with a pot pipe.
Do they actually use that phrase?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Like, it was just like, what? I don't.
It was so bizarre that because, they can't just say he was caught smoking marijuana because
They don't know.
They don't know.
They weren't there.
And even in his public apology that Phelps gave out, he never said, I got caught smoking dope. He said, I was engaging in behavior that I was unbecoming, and, he kind of
was freebasing caffeine.
He was political about that, so no one could say, he was smoking dope, but they can say that he was caught using a pot pipe. A pot pipe. A water pipe.
Amazing how
Shubbler.
quickly this stuff went away. And I guess maybe we'll see if, I looked at, the TMZ homepage last night. It was not on it.
Really?
I figured that this would have been, this would have survived, 4 or 5 news cycles.
Because Michael Phelps is on his knees thanking God for Christian Bale now.
Yeah.
Because, the Christian Bale thing is totally superseded the Michael Phelps.
But not from, not conservative middle America. They would care more about their
right.
Olympic champion smoking the drugs.
They were talking on the news about this.
Engaging in drug activities.
Threatening his endorsement deals and stuff. I don't know if that's actually...
I think it could threaten a few of them, but, I'm not a sports agent, so who knows.
He's a 23-year-old kid. That's what happens. You go to a party, there's red plastic cups, you wear your hat backwards...
Stupid.
You do something stupid.
That girl's 16, and you find out way too late.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
That's what happens. All right.
So 505 is going to be there. And it's happening. It's happening early June 2nd.
No,
the whole thing, as we know, is still there.
A super villain.
All 5 people.
Dr. Chaos.
But it sounds like everyone who would have gone to Leipzig instead said later to that and signed on with this new game convention in Cologne.
Yeah.
Which is going to stink.
Ha! Zing!
Pow! Hilarious comedy.
Moving on.
Welcome to the podcast.
So, Need for Speed's been in a little bit of a slump lately. Past few. Need for Speed Pro Street wasn't so good. Need for Speed Undercover also not so good. So it kind of looked like we were thinking maybe they're going to stop making Need for Speeds. Maybe they'll take a break on that.
Oh, you thought wrong.
And EA said, "Man, fuck that! How about instead we announce 3 new Need for Speed games
and hint at a secret 4th one?"
What?
Yeah, 4 Need for Speed games in development.
And none of them subtitled Razor's Revenge.
Exactly.
As you so duly noted, Jeff.
They're all the same game, just on different.
No, they're
not.
completely different focus.
So we've got Need for Speed,
different technology. It's a different brand. It's a different quality of product.
Different developers too, right?
We've got Need for Speed Shift, which is being developed by
Excuse me.
Need for Speed Shift.
Okay.
Shift.
Gotcha.
It's Need for Speed Shit.
That's what I thought you said.
It's not like I can't say it.
No. Shift.
It's not like I'm on CBS over
Nope,
here.
definitely not shit.
And Shift is in
Hey,
all.
William Peterson, clean it up over there.
It's in all caps. So it's Need for Speed
Shift. Like the Nissan ads.
But no period at the end.
Right.
And so this is going to be a first-person racing simulation for PS3. While we're on the topic of Electronic Arts, they announced some stuff about the next Madden recently. Madden NFL 10.
The 10th Madden?
It's the 10th Madden game.
10th year anniversary.
Yeah, 10-year anniversary of
Wow,
Madden.
has it really
10.
been a decade?
No, this is Madden, what you apes might call Madden 2010.
Yeah.
But Electronic Arts has evolved. They said, listen, we know you're not confusing it with 1910. That's a long time ago.
No, instead I'm confusing it with the 10th game in the series.
When you say 10, it doesn't sound
That
like
doesn't sound like a
year.
year. 09 is a year because it wouldn't have the O there if it wasn't.
Does it really matter?
It matters.
They should just be honest.
No, I mean, does it really matter if it's the 10th game or not?
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
how is that relevant?
It sounds stupid.
Because
does.
they need to just come clean and say, yes, this is Madden. This is the 2010th game we've made of Madden.
Some of them
Exactly.
were rental only.
The more you know.
This email comes in from Joseph Shea. He writes in to talk about EVE Online. Again, last week we talked about the madness of embezzlery that was going on.
And then this week, a player got assassinated by someone in his own corporation
So what was
during
that
like a
all about?
PvP tournament.
Like,
drama.
What happened?
They
with
were
that?
running
Like,
some PvP tournament between different corporations, and I
Okay.
guess those are like the clans or whatever
like
of the
a
game
guild or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was supposed to be like kind of separate from the game world, but a player had infiltrated this corporation and in the middle of their battle killed the captain of that team.
Which is like permadeath?
No.
Oh.
I think it takes away his ship or something like that.
Which
like
might be a big
like
deal.
I thought
the ship thing is a huge.
I seem to remember death has some pretty severe ramifications in Eve, if I'm not mistaken.
So he writes in to spin a tale of some crazy shit that happened in Eve. So this has been going on like 2005. This story takes place.
Jesus.
So it's not like Eve just recently got nuts.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
Eve has been popping off for a while.
So he says, basically in 2005, a renowned assassins guild within Eve, the Guiding Hands Social Club, was contracted by an unnamed party to kill the CEO of a rival corporation. Over the course of a year, the GHSC successfully infiltrated every layer of their target's operation, gaining their complete and utter trust. The GHSC's secret weapon, however, came in the form of a James Bond-esque super spy who had charmed his way through the ranks to become the target's second-in-command and most trusted advisor. The entire operation concluded with the target being lured into an empty area of space and ambushed by the GHSC armada, upon which the true nature of her new bestest bud dawned on her. Bummer. Her ship, an extremely rare vessel in the game, was swiftly destroyed, but not before the target made a last-gasp attempt of survival via escape pod. Sadly for her, it failed. Both her and her pod were blown to kingdom come by the unrelenting assassins. Per request of the original contractor, her body was recovered and delivered as evidence. What really makes this story, however, is the fact that at the same time the assassination was launched, the additional undercover GHSC members also simultaneously launched into action and cleaned out the entire organization, heisting any and everything contained within the company's hangars and bank accounts. The total gained from this little operation, a reported real-life estimate of $16,500, all of which, per the game's terms of service, was taken legally within the context of the game.
I want to play Eve Online so bad. So bad.
Does that sound fucking awesome?
Yes.
Not if you're that dude or chick.
But then
Dude,
all these...
whatever. Like, even if that happened to you, and it was like the most messed up thing ever. That would still be. You'd be like, oh.
You just put you just
got
take your
me.
hands off the keyboard for a second. Oh, damn it! Like there's nothing.
Like, what can you do? Nothing.
But then, like, all the Eve vets come out and just say, like, you got to play 5 years straight to get to a point where it's that awesome. So, like, I don't think so.
I love hearing the stories.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
enough
almost
for me.
enough. Yeah. And Eve Online has the best guild names of all time.
Yeah,
Like, what was it, Guiding Hands Social Club?
Yeah, that's a great
And
name
the one
for
that the assassination happened in, like, last week or whatever, was the Honda Accord.
So good.
That's pretty
It's
awesome.
so good.
News of the world. While we are fresh off the topic of the Lost and Damned, let's talk about the Lost and the Dong.
Oh.
We ran a little story on this yesterday. I guess this is coming out of a video from One Up. Ran this video,
Yeah.
a cutscene from somewhere in the Lost and Damned, nowhere that I have seen yet. And you see a dude's dick. You see a dude's dick and balls.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Like his penis?
Yeah, his penis and his testicles.
Like his cock.
A polygonal phallus, you were saying?
Yeah, polygonal little
His
wet,
bing bong and his hoo hoo dilly.
The twig and berries.
and his flabby habby babby.
Wow.
What's great about
Wait,
the
I
scene?
didn't know that was it.
we have you can find the video on the site, and it's a great scene because you have this politician. He's talking to Johnny Klebitz, the main character from The Lost and Damned, and he's just got a massage and he's standing up and he's obviously naked, and but they're only showing him from like waist up. And you think, oh, okay, they're just gonna show. Yeah, he's obviously naked, but you're not going to see anything. And then, like at the end, they go, "Hey!"
At the end, it's just real lingering, just like, hey.
like very last.
It's like done in such a way that you can tell that they were just like they're kind of skirting around it with camera angles.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, by the way,
I don't know
Yes, we did, in fact, model that.
Did you catch that last line he delivers before the dude leaves, where he's like, "Hey, on the way out, go see whatever. He's got a package to show you before you go," and then it's like full frontal.
Yeah.
Yep, certainly.
That's
saw
pretty
your
good.
package.
That makes it better. I thought it was a little contrived the way they did it, or a little forced. But with that in there, that makes it
It's like,
pretty
hey,
funny.
check me out. He's doing well for himself. That guy.
We talked about this a
He's
little bit
all right.
yesterday, but I have to wonder, like, how much money did that cost? Like to model it
to have meetings around it, like
Yeah.
if they had to think about whether they really wanted to do it or not, like how much time,
like how many
man hours,
how many art revisions of too much hair, not enough hair.
He's a big guy, he's a small guy.
Yeah,
This affects a lot of personality. This is going to dictate this character.
like you got to model it, you got to animate it.
What would he look like?
Well,
with
there was
clothes
no
on?
animation, right?
dictate this character.
Boom! Bam.
There were no physics though, right? No animation
I
on
think I saw a little wiggle.
I would say, yeah, it moves a little bit.
A little jiggle.
I didn't really stare at it too close.
Somebody
but,
make the penis
We'll
jiggle
go back
concept
and
page.
when we get there, we'll go back and watch it.
Guess that Euphoria middleware license is really paying off.
That's
now.
right.
That's right. People who can grab onto his penis.
It'll reach out and try to grab onto car doors if you drive away. It can act drunk. It's awesome.
But I really appreciate that that's how Rockstar decides to use its M rating.
Yep.
It's not just like, oh, check out some boobs, guys. It's like something to just agitate everyone.
And it's kind of uncomfortable, but at the same time, like that's why it was used to great comedic effect in a lot of movies over the last year or so.
Yeah.
All that Judd Apatow shit.
Yeah.
It's just like there's mad wang in all those movies.
Yeah.
I just can't wait to
show
see
dude's
this
dick.
in high def. Get my 1080 penis on.
So I wasn't aware of this.
Oh, you see where this is going?
Nice.
So I wasn't aware of that cinematic trend. So I mean, is this just Rockstar like doing what they do best? You know, like latching on to these sort of cultural trends
I think
and lampooning
it's
them?
definitely a lot different. But you know, there is something awkward and funny about
Yeah, man, it's junk.
a naked dude just walking around flaccid. Just,
Yeah, and I think at the same time,
flopping
like
about.
it gives them a very like good ground to stand on if should this become an issue down the road. Is to say like, dude, look at all these R-rated movies that have just had like flaccid wang in it.
What kind of issue could you see this becoming?
So this is for our kids, you know, just like the typical knee-jerk stuff.
But it's
you know?
rated, you know?
It's
I
totally
mean,
rated.
well,
But,
you know, like-
well, so was GTA 3. So was Vice City. So, you know.
Right.
So it's if it does come up and become a thing all over again, because there are some people that this is way beyond okay.
Well, sure, but all they can do is bitch. It's not
Right.
like it's not like a hot coffee thing where like
Oh,
they're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
yank it from the surface.
But
or
you know,
something.
if forced to respond, they have some very clear things they could point at in
Okay.
you know throughout mainstream society. Well, look at these movies that did quite well at the box office. Leave us alone.
I also think there's been full frontal on women in games, but I can't think of anything off the top of
BMX
my head.
Triple X did it, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Afro Samurai, were they just topless?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I feel like I have seen it.
Well,
Well, it was Custer's Revenge.
Yeah, you posted a nice little
Yeah.
retrospective yesterday of
That-
digital. Somebody I stole this from the comments, but somebody said something like this puts a whole new meaning into the phrase "pixel junk."
That's pretty good.
Oh!
So
Hey,
you
just
did
keep
your
coming.
little pixel junk through the years retrospective yesterday.
Yep.
Custer's Revenge.
Custer's Revenge.
earliest-
Stroker for the Commodore 64.
In good
that game is
company.
hilarious.
Yep.
Stroker is hilarious.
Ported to the Wii.
Is-
really good at it.
Is that even like a game?
You can lose. It measures your performance at the end. Let's say that.
All right.
All right, moving on.
Enough of that?
enough of that. Also, follow up world class PS3 game, Noby Noby Boy.
Dude, for reals. I played a lot of Noby Noby Boy. That was
How many meters did you contribute to Girl?
I fed girl a lot of meters, if you know what I'm saying.
No, could you be a little more explicit about that?
Well,
please?
girl was interested in
no, wait, go slow.
Girl was interested in knowing about my length.
Yeah.
So I stretched it out real nice for her.
Uh huh.
Fed her about 12,000 meters.
Oh,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I don't really know metric though. Can you put that in like yards?
No, I cannot.
This is so
I was
frustrating.
like, girl, we're going to stretch it all the way to the moon.
Now, the sick thing is everybody else who has Noby Noby Boy is also giving it to girl, right?
everyone.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm getting like sloppy 11,000ths at this
It's
point.
been out in Japan for at least a little bit,
Girl.
so Japan has had its way.
I'm not sure
Girl
if
gets
it came
around.
out in Japan a lot earlier than it did here or not, but basically like...
But I've heard they go a lot. They didn't go as far. Smaller, smaller metric.
Also, large parts of the game are pixelated in Japan due to the regulations over there. When you stretch it out for a girl, it just looks like a big blocky
just
mess.
turns into a giant tentacle.
Yeah, I was gonna have to cut out Vinny's part, but now I have to leave it in. Noby Noby Boy is incomprehensible.
Yeah, it's awesome, though.